What up everybody, this is your boy Adio J, coming back at you with another video. In today's video we're going to be covering how to make shortcuts on your OG Xbox dashboard for modded content. That's right, recently in our PGR2 community we have had some amazing success, thank you to BeLieVeDxKiLLeR and a few others that have been working on this mod for PGR2. Which is amazing because it's very fun and it's easy to set up. But the problem is because it's Project Gotham Racing 2 and we have to add files that are already existing, it's kind of a pain to go to your file explorer just to launch the game. And then go to your partition and then go to your games and then go all the way down and find the modded version of the game and then launch it and so on and so on. So instead of me doing all that, I thought, why don't we just make a shortcut for these mods? And that's what I've done here. So if you just stick around for a little bit, you'll see how to do this. It does not take long, and I'll get through this as quick as possible. So to show an example here of what we're going to be setting up is, all you're doing is finally getting use out of this homebrew button. A lot of people have this homebrew sitting on their dashboard and it's empty inside. So we're finally actually going to get use out of this. So for the shortcuts to work, that's where I have decided to install these. So you basically will, anytime we do the mod nights, you're just going to click on homebrew and there they are. These are the different modded versions of PGR2 and they're right there. You have your Proto Pack and the K Pack that we have added. So that's all this video is to show you how to get these set up. So we'll go ahead and get started and show you how to do that. The second part of this is you will need a PC to get this going, it's just like transferring a regular game to your Xbox. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate that part next. Alright, so for the PC part here, you're just going to download the file in the description of the video called Adio J Shortcut. Depending on what file extracting program you guys use, whether it's 7-zip, whether it's WinRAR, whether it's even Windows default extractor, it doesn't matter because it's just a zip file. So all you do is once you download it, just right click it, show more options. In this case I'm showing an example for 7-zip, hover over 7-zip and then extract to Adio J Shortcut. Once I click that, it does extract it for me. It is a small file so it won't take long. Then you just drag it over here, go into the folder, and there's the two files that you need. Now these two files are very important for your Xbox part. What you're going to be doing is just editing this INI file right here. You can use regular Notepad or you can use a Notepad++, that's what I use. But anyways, all you're editing here is the file path of where your game is at on your Xbox. Okay, so for example, if you installed PGR2 Proto Pack like I did and you named whatever you named it, let's just say you did the Proto Pack, you have to point it to the path of the partition that it's on, which in my case is F, your games folder, the folder of the game, and then point it to the XPE that launches the game. So that's what that does. This is the XPE that launches it in the Homebrew app, as you saw at the beginning of the video. So that's what that does. Once you put these small files in the right spot, it will pretty much be easy peasy. So all you do is launch your FileZilla and then FTP these two folders over to your Homebrew section. So we'll show you that part next. Okay, so now on FileZilla, all you do is, depending on where you put your Adio J Shortcut folder after you've extracted it, in my case I kept it on my desktop, you would click into the desktop here on FileZilla or wherever you put it, and of course it will show up down here. Once it's down here, double click into the shortcut and again make sure it's the one that's been extracted, and then come over here to your Xbox, and again this is once we've already connected. I've already connected, so that part, if you guys don't remember how to connect, just get with me later, we can show you guys how to do that. But anyways, once you are connected to your Xbox, go over to the same partition to where your games are at, and if you don't already have a Homebrew folder, make one right now. If it is there, then you're fine, but if you don't, just right click in FileZilla and hit create directory, and make sure you name it exactly how I have it typed. Capital H, Homebrew, all one word. And then once you have that folder, double click into it, and yours will not look like this because I have 3 games here that I have made already. But what you're going to do is you're going to right click and hit create directory again, and you're going to make a folder called PGR2 Proto Pack, because in this example we're using the Proto Pack mod. And then once you make the Proto Pack folder, go into it and come over here to the left, drag these over where it's blank, and they will copy over here. So you just highlight them here by holding your mouse down, you drag them over to the right in this blank area, and they will paste themselves over. Now depending on your internet speeds, you know, it'll go as quick as it can. It shouldn't take long because they're very small files. But once they copy over, all you have to do at this point is point them, or make sure that they're pointed to the right path. And to double check that, all you have to do is go back to where your games are at and look. So in this case, just scroll down to where you put the prototype, the PGR2 Proto mod. In my case, it's right here. So I know that it's in F Games and it's called PGR2 Proto Pack. So I know that for this example, if I go to Homebrew and I go back into Proto Pack, I know that this INI should point to the correct path. So that's all you have to do, is change that INI to point to where the Proto Pack is installed, and then when you go back on your Xbox, it should launch right away. And another way to check that is just to simply go to System, File Explorer, go to the partition where your games are at, Homebrew. This is where you made your Proto Pack file. Click into it, and then you'll see the 2 files right there. So you'll know that you are good. And then click into shortcut.ini, and once you do on your Xbox, it will also show you right here the path. Again, make sure your spelling is the same exact spelling as the game folder that you named for the Proto Pack that's in your F Games, and make sure you just change this part right here to whatever the name of that folder is. Once you have named it properly, it will point properly to launch that XVE that launches the game. So that's all it is. So once you see these 2 right here, and you know that they're good, all you have to do to test it is go all the way out back to your main dash, click on Homebrew, and then click on the Proto Pack, and it should launch the game. If you're not seeing Proto Pack in here, the one that you just added, or any games in there, all you have to do is go to System, Restart or Shut Down, and do a soft restart. It'll refresh it. So go ahead and refresh it if you don't see it in Homebrew. Now, once you have refreshed it, you just go down to Homebrew, click on the game that you just added, and it will launch the game just like so. Now, one thing I have noticed with this shortcut is it does take a little bit longer to launch, only because you're launching it through a shortcut XVE. So it does take a little longer than the normal process. However, it is definitely worth it, because when we're having mod nights and you want to play with us, it's just nice to be able to launch this through the dashboard, through the shortcuts, through Homebrew. Once you do click it, it does take a little bit, just so you guys know. But you can still skip the scenes, it will load the game up, and you are good to go. Now, once you get into the game, I will recommend make sure that you are on the JFNG profile like so, because you don't want to load your main save, because the tracks will not usually work or stuff like that. You just don't really want to risk it on your main save. And then once you get into the game, as you can see, let's say you're hosting a lobby like me. What's nice is when you create the lobby, you can instantly tell if it's up just by hovering over to the right, and you'll see Proto Pack right before Paris Booster. And what's nice about this mod is, as you'll probably see in another video that I do, you can just select any of these cars from the pack and you are good to go. So I hope this video has helped you guys. I hope that I explained it right. I hope the shortcut works. If the shortcut is giving anyone any issues, just check your file path of it. Make sure the file path matches where the game is installed to your hard drive and you are good to go. That's all you have to do. Alright, this has been a video by Adio J, and peace out. Just hit me up. Now, after all is said and done, I will put a disclaimer out there. Make sure that you guys are reading the rules and terms of service of Insignia. Make sure that if you are using these mods, that you use them safely. There is a guide on the GitHub with these mods that Killer has provided that does explain how to use them properly and all that. So make sure you guys stick to the Insignia rules and Xbox Live terms of service. And also, another disclaimer, when you guys go into your homebrew, you're only going to have the Proto Pack from this example, right? If you did the K Pack as well, it's the same process. You just rinse and repeat, but do the K Pack. So you'll end up with both of these, on your own. But for the current version of the Proto Pack is way more stable. Killer hasn't really done a lot of testing with the K Pack, so use at your own discretion with the K Pack. But yeah, so that's all I was gonna say. But hope everyone enjoys this, and don't forget to hit me up. That's right, if you need any help with this, just hit me up.